Hello, Potato. The first week of May can be quite busy if you're a geek, especially if you're an alcoholic geek, because you got Star Wars Day, you got Cinco de Mayo, you got the Revenge of the 6th, and somewhere in there, generally, in that first week of the month, you have Free Comic Book Day, the day that reminds you need to go to your local comic shop. I don't know if you're buying I don't know where else you'd buy your comics from, honestly. I guess you can buy just trades at like Barnes & Noble, but you need to go to your local comic book shop and show them some love, and you should be going there anyways. Go at least a few times a year. I don't actually collect any more monthlies. It turns out, like, I guess all my series have ended. But I still want to go in there periodically, buy a board game, buy some trades. But definitely got to go on Free Comic Book Day because, hey, it's free stuff. And Free Comic Book Day was just this past Saturday. I'd done this video earlier, but Revenge of the 6th took priority. And we're going to look at what we picked up at our local comic shop for Free Comic Book Day. It's the first Saturday in May every year, and went to our local shop, A1 Comics in, technically I think Roseville. I'm not sure if it's actually Roseville or Citrus Heights, but they call themselves Roseville. So went to A1 Comics in Roseville, and they had a very generous limit this year. It's always a question how many books you're allowed to get. Some years it's 3. This year it was 5. We got 5 books, and there's 2 of us. Always go in pairs to maximize your haul at these sorts of things. And yeah, we each got 5 books. Plus we bought some stuff. You shouldn't go to Free Comic Book Day and not spend some money, because you are supporting your shop. And it's a local shop. It's good to support local shops for local people. So first of all, this is actually something that looks like leftover from last year. But they usually have some like little non-comic book things. Sometimes they give away like clearance items. Like I think we got like a puzzle one year and a board game. They give away stuff that they're trying, they couldn't sell at any price, so just give it away. Sometimes there's things that are left over from previous years, like I've seen previous years' books sometimes. This year we had a previous year's, HeroClix, that's it. I thought they were called something else from Marvel. I used to play this a little bit back in my KB Toys days. We got Spider-Man. This is actually from last year's, May 4th, 2024. 1 pre-painted collectible. And yeah, why not? It's free. And indeed, we may actually have one from last year because, again, it's last year's figure. We may indeed already have this. I don't think I did a video on this last year. We went last year. But we got another one if we do. If it's a duplicate, so be it. But let's look at the books. There's like another non-book thing in here that they gave us as well. So I picked out 5, my wife picked out 5. Let's see what we picked out to check out. And who knows, maybe I'll start building my saver back up again. But first off, this is one of my wife's. We have Dr. Seuss graphic novels, exclusive comic and teasers inside. And interesting art style. I don't know how much I necessarily think Dr. Seuss himself would approve of making comics out of stuff. Because, of course, Dr. Seuss's books are all fairly meaningful. And I think my camera's too close. Hold on. There we go. That feels a little better. It feels like we have more room to look at things now. So she picked up Dr. Seuss as one of hers. There weren't like 10 books that we necessarily really wanted. It wasn't a big crop this year. Some years there's tons of books. This year, maybe not totally surprisingly, there was not a ton to choose from. So between the 2 of us, between the 10 of them, we actually got probably like half of what there was. And of course, we're not always picking the most obvious stuff, the Spider-Mans and stuff. Did DC even have anything this year? I think it was a Superman, because it's usually something that ties into an upcoming movie, which we'll run into in a moment here. That must have been like a Superman one, because there's a Superman movie coming out. So I picked out Dr. Seuss's graphic novels. Will we buy those down the road? Who knows? For the most part, if you don't know what Free Comic Book Day is, it's a form of advertising. Companies will either put out like the first issue, or sometimes there'll be a special issue with a self-contained story in it. Other times it'll be ultimately kind of just like a teaser. And that's what this is. Seems to be, this is what you can expect from this. It gives you an idea, it gives you a taste. It's like a demo. It's a demo of the book. Like I said, that's to be continued in Thing 1, Thing 2, have homework to do. So, gives you just a little taste. And if you like what you read, well, maybe you want to go buy, in this case, graphic novel. Maybe you want to put that monthly in your saver. It's a sample. It's a way of seeing what you may or may not like. There's something peeking out there that's for later in the video. So we did buy some stuff. There will be a blind bag at the end of this if you like dice blind bags. All right, next up is, well, this is jointly one of ours. Black Mirror, San Junipero oh God, I thought I said Mel Gibson's at first. From Neil Gibson's Twisted Comics. I don't really know anything about, obviously I know about Black Mirror, but I don't know anything about there being a Black Mirror comic book. This is a sample with some finished inks and some roughs so you can see how we made it. The final will be in full color. So basically, this is like a full issue, but in like, that used to be a thing. I remember back in the days of Laserdisc. I think I had a teacher had I know I had a teacher who had a Laserdisc player in their classroom, but I think they had a like a version of Beauty and the Beast that came out before it came out on video, but like some of the scenes in it were like animatics instead of the full thing. So yeah, basically this is a comic book edition version of the San Junipero episode. Certainly a famous one that they reference a lot throughout the series. Not personally my favorite episode, but interesting. Will I get a Black Mirror monthly comic? I don't know, particularly if it's gonna just be graphic versions of the TV show. But if they're gonna like do more stuff in that style, more Twilight Zone-y, but focused on technology stuff, like original stuff, I might check that out. If nothing else, maybe get the trades. I think my wife technically picked that one up, but that's one that I wanted as well. Basically, some of these are ones that I wanted that she just didn't. There weren't 5 that she wanted, so she bought them or picked them up as well. Next up is from, who is this? IB Dark. IDW. ID Dark. IDW. Okay. It's from IDW. It is it's a horror sampler, looks like. For a couple different books here. We have A New 30 Days of Night. For some reason I thought that was Vertigo. Of course, Vertigo doesn't exist anymore, does it? 30 Days of Night, Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring. I guess that's like a series. It's like something going on like a national park there. Tuatha and Blood and Honey. So 30 Days of Night I'm familiar with. I remember that from like back in the 90s. This one looks like we're kind of doing like the Beastars Zootopia sequel to the best-selling cozy horror series from Patrick Horvath, 2025. I don't know, check that out. I mean, anthropomorphic animals are always fun, right? I'm sure it'll be wacky and zany. Nothing bad ever happens with anthropomorphic animals. But yeah, horror stuff generally gets my attention. So I think my wife technically is one of her 5, but it's one that I picked. Next up is Boom Studios 20 Years. It's going to be another sampler that my wife picked up because it has, looks like Mouse Guard in it. Mouse Guard is like one of the few books she collects, but they only release like a new issue every 5 years. So I guess this means that Mouse Guard is not done. I figured it's kind of done the comic version of Pod Fading. Also, we have in here Berserker, Irredeemable, The Many Deaths of Layla Starr, and Hello Darkness. So yeah, this is one of my wife's choices for herself because of Mouse Guard. But there's stuff to check out as well. And I don't necessarily, if you want to support comic books, you really should buy the monthly stuff, not just buy the trades. But as age and space dwindle, trades just seem kind of like the better option. But here's our Mouse Guard section. So is there any word like when the Mouse Guard's actually going to start coming out again? No. It's just a little mini story, just to tide you over until we finally get another episode of Mouse Guard or issue of Mouse Guard in another 5 years. Next, we have Star Wars. Now, you would think this is one of mine, but this actually is one of my wife's. Star Wars Marvel, 10 years. 10 years since they took the Star Wars away from Dark Horse when Disney acquired LucasArts. Or Lucasfilm, sorry. LucasArts was the old video game company. So yeah, just got a little sample, a little taste of different Because then we have Luke in one, we have Rey in, oh, not Rey, Kylo in another. So it's stuff from various timelines, just little snippets of things from different Marvel Star Wars books. Next, we have the Best of 2080. This is a, one that's like never really, I think, gotten big traction in the US. Of course, Judge Dredd would be the most famous thing for Americans in it. Seems we have had multiple Judge Dredd movies. Is that all in this? Is it just Judge Dredd? No, there's Rogue Trooper, Scarlet Traces, and Anderson PSI, The Seer. So we have 4 little either sample stories or mini stories in here. You can get an idea of the art styles. Because, art style can put a person off a book if it really doesn't get you. I've had that before. Just I think Rogue Trooper was a video game at one point, wasn't it? But I've had books where I couldn't deal with the art style. But I feel like Rogue Trooper was like a video game back in the PS2 original Xbox series. The font looks familiar. The title looks familiar. I could be thinking of something else entirely though. So I think we're full. I think we're into mine now. Definitely. Yep. Got Mark Spears Monsters in stereo. I first saw it, I thought it was like a Universal Monsters thing, but it is. Looks like it's just going to be a collection, an anthology of horror stories. This one's a prelude to All That Remains. We have a killer clown. Can't go wrong with a killer clown. We're going to look at some kaiju stuff going on back here too. That looks interesting. The art style is definitely interesting. So Mark Spears Monsters put out by Keenspot. That's a website, isn't it? I feel old. I feel like Keenspot was like a comic website back in the 90s. I think PvP and stuff may have been on there at some point. Next, another horror comic. They had a bunch of horror comics this year. We had Blood Type, Terror in a Jugular Vein. Looks like we're trying to go for sort of a Creepshow, Tales of the Crypt, Vault of Horror kind of a thing here with... it's actually by EC Comics. So are these no, these aren't the Crypt Keeper and the, what were their names? Because there was the Witch, there was the Vault guy, and then of course there was the Crypt Keeper, the one who became the most famous due to the TV series. I didn't know this actually was by EC. I was given back in the 90s a collection, a box set of Tales from the Crypt comics. So it had Vault of Horror and stuff in it too. And it's really good. It's fun. It was fun watching, reading some of the books that the TV show had been based on. Let's check that out. And I think this is our last free comic day book. No, we have 2 more here. 2 more here. We aren't at 10 yet. So yeah, I did pick up Fantastic Four. We have the new Fantastic Four movie coming out, where none of the characters look anything like what they look on the book here. But I did pick up Fantastic Four. I picked up the one, this is the one super mainstream book I picked up. Because there wasn't another one I necessarily wanted. So I've never been a huge Fantastic Four person, or even that big of an X-Men person. We have X-Men in here as well. But I'm actually kind of looking forward to that movie. It looks like it'll be the best Fantastic Four movie, which is a very low bar. And I'm looking forward to seeing it. Probably not till it's on Disney Plus, but I'm looking forward to seeing it. And finally, from IDW, this one I did pick up. This was the first one I wanted to grab when I saw it was going to be available. Godzilla, the New Heroes, a Godzilla book. I guess I heard somebody online talking about they did Godzilla meets Spider-Man. How did I miss that? I would have bought that. If I'd seen that, I'd have bought that. So we have 3 Godzilla stories in here. Godzilla Escape the Dead Zone, and Starship Godzilla. So Godzilla in space. Which, if these all take place in the same timeline, means Godzilla can never be destroyed because Godzilla has to get into space. Is it Space Godzilla? Can we skip? It is. It's like Spaceship Godzilla. I guess it's Godzilla's eggs. All right. Got kind of an anime look to that one. We do have back here Godzilla versus the Power Rangers. They had, what did they have? Thundercats. They had one for the Thundercats meet the Powerpuff Girls, which I was a little tempted to that just because it's such a silly crossover. But yeah, as you can see, we didn't go for that one. All right, so that's all the books. We did get a couple other things. I don't know if these were meant to be free comic day or just something that was like leftover sitting around, but we each got a Pokemon Nano Brick set. One of us got, I don't know who got who because he just put 2 in the bag. One of us got Flothy, one of us got Bulbasaur. But if you've watched my Lego videos, you know that these Rock Crusher hands have trouble with 1x1 studs, so I don't feel like I'm ever going to be putting these together because Nano Bricks, I feel like I need to use tweezers, and I feel like just it would be frustration. You know, I couldn't even hold these pieces without and actually still be able to see them. So I don't think it's ever going to get put together, but it's still a cool little free promo in there. And yeah, we did buy some stuff. I picked up, we bought an add-on to a board game, I'm not going to go into that, but I picked up a Junji Ito hardback, Liminal Zone 2. I don't know if this is actually a sequel or something. I was going to pick up Ruins, but my wife said she thinks I already have Ruins. Is it Ruins? It was one of the more famous. I've never gotten super into Junji Ito. I like everything I've read or watched, though. I liked that Netflix series they had a couple years ago. The first Junji Ito I ever read was it The Enigma of Amigara Fault, I think it's called? The one with the human-shaped holes in the mountainside. Was the first Junji Ito ever. Somebody I posted it online, and I read through it. The other one, the one with the big balloon heads, was another early one that I'd read. But yeah, I've read a few Junji Ito books in the past, so thought this certainly looked interesting. Junji Ito books always look interesting. I'm wondering if is that the little girl from the Melting Classroom? Because it certainly looks like her. Of course, I think a lot of his characters tend to look a little similar sometimes. If you want something fun, look up Junji Ito, King of the Hill. A couple years back, somebody, just a little bit of photoshopping, combined Junji Ito with King of the Hill. It's not like a full story or anything, there's just some fun little pictures that they put together. And it's fun. I'd be interested to see the Junji Ito King of the Hill crossover. I picked this up to read. I'm hoping it's I didn't notice that it said Liminal Spaces 2 on it. I'm hoping it's not actually a sequel. I'm hoping Liminal Space 2 is the name of the space, but it's a sequel. I guess I'll have to stop reading it and find the original. And finally, I did pick up a dice blind bag. I just did one of these very recently. It's Dungeons and Dragons Xanathar's Treasure. I did one of these on the SAC Anime Spring video at the very end. If you're interested to see what I got, you can go to that video and skip all the way to like the last 10 minutes and you'll see it. But if you aren't familiar with these, this is like the second series. The original ones were Sararak's Treasure. And in them you get 1 set of dice, 1 ability coin, and 1 Dungeons & Dragons dice bag, which are pretty nice quality bags. So yeah, these are $20. I had previously bought them. The ones from SAC Anime came from Cobalt Keep. This one came from A1 Comics. I bought from them too. The one that actually, the Sararak's Treasure that was in the Easter Blind Basket came from A1. So yeah, let's finish off this video by opening up some blind bag dice because I need more dice. I even play D&D, but I need more dice. All right, so we got our bag. Ooh, that's a nice looking bag. It's a bright red bag. I'm not a fan of Xanathar being on the side here as much as I was the big D&D logo on the Sararak's ones. I liked better just having this there, but I like the red. That's very vibrant. I like that a lot. Our dice. We got, are these the same ones? Hold on. There's like 20 different sets of dice in this to get from various rarities. And this is what I got from SAC Anime. Come the bags. I like this bag better. I like just the red pops better than this kind of Merlot color. But they get the same dice. Okay, no, they're not. They're totally different. I know these were common. Let's open these up and take a look at them. These other ones, I do like the fact, I like that those look glowy, like you can put them on light, which we'll do here too. But I think this might be more of one of the rarer ones. Hopefully I've had the good sense to look it up again and put a picture on screen of what this set is called. there's like little gold flakes and stuff floating in there. So yeah, these are very different. Those other ones, I don't remember what they were called, but they were like Celestial Glow or something like that. And they were common. They actually appeared right under the word common on their website. There's like little flecks of stuff. I don't know how you can see that because like, it looks like it's kind of white, like washed out on the camera, unfortunately. But there's like little flecks of like gold in the die. So I wonder if I got like a more rare one this time. It'd be the first time I did. This is like my 4th time getting these D&D bags, and they've always been common. But like the Acerarax treasure one came with with a QR code you could scan to go right to their website and see what it was. And these ones don't. But those are nice. I know these are common, but I do think I like these a little better. But I definitely like the bag better on this one. But I do think it looks cool. I don't think I have any dice that have like little bits of gold in the middle, so that is pretty cool. It definitely makes them unique amongst my dice collection. And what coin did I get? I got Pact Magic. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea on this one. Because like most of them are some sort of an ability, which I'm guessing you flip it to see if you succeed or not. I know in this series, some of them are actually like in-game money, which would be cool because you know I love tokens. That's what this is made for me. I mean, I love collecting dice. I love tokens. I like blind bags because I'm an idiot. But so yeah, these D&D packs are absolutely made for people like me. And I don't even play D&D. I don't play tabletop games. Collect them, but I don't really ever play them. But I have like 30 sets of dice now. It doesn't help that I keep buying like 5 packs of dice from Terran Empire Publishing. But I suspect these are not commons. Again, hopefully I will have gone and looked and seen what they are in editing. Again, no, it's nice and chunky. Nice chunky heavy metal thing. It's a nice token. I love me a token. All right, and that's it. That's our free Comic Day haul for 2025. Next week we'll be back to trying beans or whatever. But yeah, I wanted to take a look at my free Comic Day stuff. If you weren't previously aware of free Comic Day, now you know for next year. Just got to remember for another 51 weeks, and it'll be here again, hopefully. And yeah, even then, don't wait. Go head out to your local comic shop, show them some love, buy yourself some Xanathar's treasure. Did you go to your free comic book day? What is your store? Throw in the information about them in the comments. What books did you pick out? I'm keen to know. And do you collect dice? Let me know in the comments. But I hope you found this video at all interesting or entertaining. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. I do thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.